One of the things I noticed the most, sometimes you can tell when a design's not authentic, right? You could tell it's not them, but it's the hype or it's the trend. And I'll never suggest you start a brand like that, ever. Like, if you don't believe in it, ain't nobody else gonna.
I've seen that.
We
see
tell,
that all the time.
and you can just tell. And then I don't know if they think we can't, but like you can see that from a mile away. So I think people, if you wanted to start a brand, man, be passionate about something, stick in a lane of design that you're really comfortable with or that you really fuck with, because again, people that notice.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's just not a longevity move.
Yeah.
You might be able to get off a couple right now because it is hot, but you're never going to follow that up.
Yeah.
Because one, you don't have an idea of your own. So now you're just waiting for the next trend to copy, and that's just, I don't know, man. For me, that's not a way to do it at all.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
I think too is I see a lot of people go big. They think they got a heater, and oh man, let me get 200 of these. It's like, man, you know how hard it is to get off 200 of these? Like, you ain't gonna.
Yeah.
Nah, and I don't care how many homies you got. Like, you just ain't gonna.
That's real.
And so, if you're gonna do it, man, start slow. There's no reason not to have your website say sold out, or whatever. Do 24 of them.
Yeah.
Get them off. And then if people love them, man, run it back or something,
Exactly.
But I do see people come in and they just want to ball out and they want to, let me do all these. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. How do you like not chime in like, yo, hey man?
Yo, it's tough.
Yeah.
No, it's tough.
Because probably some people like, man, just make the shirts, bro.
I used to do it in the beginning, man. I learned this shit in the beginning. I used to do it in the beginning. And somebody bring me like, and I shouldn't say this, but somebody bring me a terrible design. Terrible. And I'd look at it and I'd be like, yo, you sure you want to run that? And I was like, whether it hurt their feelings or not, I was just like, yo, I just even felt bad taking the money, you know? And then I came to a conclusion, man, if that dude's happy enough, or woman, if they're happy enough to come in and say it's finished, who am I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just might not be my style.
Exactly.
It might not be who I fuck
Subjective.
with. Yeah, and so if they've worked on this shit long enough to be like, yo, I have money and here's my art, like, that's you, and that's dope. So I don't really get involved in that no more. And I'm damn sure not going to tell somebody they can't sell 200. I have mentioned to people I think it's hard.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know your network. And so
that's real.
What's hard for somebody might be easy for somebody else, but so I try to, I'll definitely tell somebody. I'll be like, it's hard to get 200 off, or whatever. And, a lot of times people, oh, really? And then we can kind of back them down into something more comfortable.
Yeah.
Or dude's confidence says, yo, no, let's rock.
That's how you build relationships, man.
It is.
What are some of let's say I got a brand or whatever, and I'm like, all right, I'm looking for somebody to print my stuff, and I come to you. What are some of the questions you ask me, kind of like the guidelines, like do you have this, or what do what's kind of like the format of that combo?
For you coming in, want to start something?
I'm like, hey, I want some hoodies or shirts or whatever,
Yeah, so we typically will start off with, asking if you have artwork.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at that, make sure it's artwork ready to go into production. And if not, that's something we definitely help people with. Second, I try to find out who your demographic or who your customer base is going to be, because that's going to depend on what kind of blank you wear, what kind of hoodie you want, the fit, the feel, all that. Yeah. So, because a lot of people don't know, but there's hundreds of wholesalers, and so there's crazy options. Everybody knows the main couple, but there is a lot of options. So I would try to dive into what your price point's going to be, who you thought you was going to sell them to, and then that way we can kind of start finessing you towards the right product. Because I think that's just as important sometimes as the design, is if it fits on the right product. At least for me, because I want it to fit right. I don't care how dope it is. If it don't fit me right, I ain't buying it.
Like,
that's
it's like
facts.
the feel,
Yeah, I put shit back and been like, damn, I wanted that one too.
Everything,
yeah.
Man.
And so we try to help people with that, because that's something. Not everybody. A lot of people don't think about that.
Yeah.
We would talk about size breakdown. Again, that goes to your clientele. Like small, medium, large, XL, double X. You want to run 5X, whatever. Yeah. So we definitely try to help people with that, because there's some kind of basics, some commons, that we can apply to it to help.
Yeah.
So just shit like that.
I feel you, bro. Yeah. I think the garments, bro. Those are
it's
hella
key.
important. Yeah.
It's key.
Like I got some stuff that shirts that the designs are just weak, but then I just like the shirt.
Yeah, it fit right or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
I think it's a balance too, man. Like I'm the type of person, like after knowing what I know now, like going through working with certain vendors and just learn, even doing certain jobs that gave me exposure to this industry somewhat. I love branding, bro. I love the marketing side of things. Like if the garment is right, that's all I need to know.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
That's all you should need to know, right? That's why it's good to have vendors such as yourself where it's like you build that relationship, you know they're good for it, you know they can do the work. Because at the end of the day, like you said, you might buy 200 garments or 200 pieces, but you better have a marketing plan and a strategy on how you're going to get that sold, right?
Exactly.
So I think a lot of people sometimes need to just stop focusing on that part of it. If you've got someone who can do it, let them do it, and then go figure out how you're going to sell your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?